I normally do not like being right on what I write. I do not like doom and gloom writing. In fact, I hate it. I'm just thankful that my timing is bad. Never trust my timing. Never. But there is one thing that I am very glad to be right about. In this case, the Wuhan Coronavirus. It was not and is not as bad as the government experts claim that it was, and I stress government experts. The non-government experts who actually knew what they were talking about tended to get it right. I started yelling about the need to not get hysterical over this virus, but no amount of yelling is going to shut down mass hysteria once it takes hold. You just need to wait for it to burn itself out. Unfortunately, the government responded to the hysteria by destroying our economy and way of life. We were doomed anyway, but we could have held off the economic collapse until next year or the year after. But we couldn't wait, so here we are. Anyway, we have some great articles on the subject, and the first one is from the American Institute for Economic Research, or AIER, and it's titled, Focus on the COVID-19 Death Rate. Gregory Van Kipnis did a thorough examination of the death rate of COVID-19 and found very little difference between the Wuhan coronavirus and influenza. Yes, they are different viruses, but their death rates are remarkably similar. Then Daniel Horowitz from the Conservative Review looked at the CDC results and came to the same conclusion in his article titled, The CDC Confirms Remarkably Low Coronavirus Death Rate. Where is the media? And he says this, quote, the CDC just came out with a report that should be earth-shattering to the narrative of the political class, yet it will go into the thick pile of vital data and information about the virus that is not getting out to the public. For the first time, the CDC has attempted to offer a real estimate of the overall death rate for COVID-19, and under its most likely scenario, the number is 0.26%. Officials estimate a 0.4% fatality rate among those who are symptomatic and project a 35% rate of asymptomatic cases among those infected, which drops the overall infection fatality rate, or IFR, to just 0.26%. Almost exactly where Stanford researchers pegged it a month ago. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset. For this, we destroyed the economy and destroyed the lives of hundreds of millions of people. For all the years that I've been writing about the eventual collapse of our economy and civilization, I never expected, this is me talking here, the world to end in such a shameful and stupid way. We are such morons. But there's more, this time from 21st Century Wire, from the article titled 81% of coronavirus deaths are in nursing homes from Canada. That should tell us something, but it won't. At least it won't mean anything to our dear leaders. Did you know that the governor of New York actually demanded that those residents suffering with COVID-19 be allowed to return to their nursing homes? His chances for becoming president in the upcoming election just went to zero. How disgusting. Then I'm even more disgusted by how my favorite place on the planet, Israel, handled this pandemic. And I'm not the only one. In this article, Dr. Yoram Lass, who was Israel's Minister of Health between 1992 and 1996 for the Labor Party, is thoroughly disgusted by how this was handled. In the article titled, Nothing Can Justify This Destruction of People's Lives, and it's from an article on Spiked. I'm astounded that a Labor Party politician and physician and scientist could be so logical. There aren't very many Israeli politicians that I like, and now there's another one, Yoram Lass. Who knew? And then, let's not forget the psychological toll that all of this has had and will have on people. Michael Snyder talks about this on his website, End of the American Dream, titled, The High Cost of Locking Down America. We've seen a year's worth of suicide attempts in the last 4 weeks. If I didn't have faith in God, I would probably want to commit suicide myself if my life was as completely destroyed as theirs. We're talking about the complete destruction of hopes and dreams for hundreds of millions of people in America. And far too many of them do not see how they'll be able to recover from what has happened to them. The death of hope is a killer, especially when all that you have to look forward to is never-ending misery. Then Dr. Klaji Burgu adds to what Michael Snyder says in his own article on Mises Wire. The title is 3 Ways Lockdowns Are Costing Human Lives. There are 3 ways that this insane lockdown is killing people. Deaths of despair, deaths due to lack of preventive care, deaths because of hunger and malnourishment. We've already seen the first 2, but the third is coming, and it will be bad. It drives me nuts when I think that we could have prevented so much of this. But wait, there's something more that's making me crazy. The assault on hydroxychloroquine. They are deliberately using poorly designed and administered studies to discredit the use of hydroxychloroquine, also known as HCQ, taken with zinc and azithromycin. And it appears that India has realized that hydroxychloroquine actually works. Here's their article titled, Hydroxychloroquine or HCQ Breakthrough, ICMR, finds it's effective in preventing coronavirus, expands its use. The India Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has seen good and effective results. But you won't see any of that in the mainstream media. They want you terrified and buying expensive medications from Big Pharma. How sickening. That's right. Big Pharma makes me sick. Well, that's it for this ShockCast. If you appreciated this video, hit like. Then hit subscribe and that little bell. Also, leave a comment. I look forward to seeing what you have to say about what was said here. Your input is truly welcome. And again, if you want to help keep Omega Shock and the ShockCast alive, there's a link below that can help you do that. You can also get my articles and updates in your inbox through the Shock Letter at theshockletter.com. And read my books for free, When Jacob Returns and Ezekiel's Fire. They just might save your life.